Good afternoon. We can't say that it's good to be out here, but it's necessary that we be out here. We're out here today because we've seen a terrible injustice done in our country, something that we have to speak out against and to let people know that we are not about to embrace the verdict. Say that again. We are not about to embrace the verdict. This is not new for black people in this country, and everybody here knows that. This is just a repeat. In 1955, when I was 10 years old, Emmett Till was murdered in Mississippi. There was no justice for him. And every decade since 1955, black men, women, brown men and women, youth, freedom fighters and others have been gunned down by the police, by paramilitaries, by vigilantes, by people who do not want to see us alive. They do not want us to live. It is all part of what we in the Black Workers for Justice say is a war on black America. And we want you to be here with us to become part of the fight back. We have to fight back. This case against George Zimmerman was called Stand Your Ground. Brothers and sisters, I want to say to you, we're here today to stand our ground. We're standing our ground for justice. We're standing our ground and saying that we are not satisfied, that we want more action, whether it's a Department of Justice civil rights investigation, or whether it's a boycott of businesses, or whether it's wearing black armbands at work, whether it's a strike at your workplace. All of these things we must do, but we cannot stop.
As a mother of two black males, I fear for my sons' lives. When they're not with me, who knows what will happen to them? And as black parents and black mothers, we must be outraged with the verdict that has come down. We realize that they suffer from many, many other issues other than the injustices that happened on yesterday. We realize as a community that they suffer from suspensions. They suffer from the arrest. They also suffer from the failures and retention. So we as a community must not sit silent. If not my child, then your child. And we are our brother's keepers, so we as parents, particularly mothers, must be concerned about the verdict on yesterday and be outraged.
I feel outraged because how easily Trayvon Martin got killed by Zimmerman. It feels like that it can happen to me any day.
Well, one thing I'd like to say is, if it happened like to Trayvon Martin, it could happen like to any one of us that are like black in the community. Because like if justice wasn't given for him, then we said it's not gonna be given for us.
Well, I stand with you in solidarity as an Arab American, as another person of color from this country. I don't think we're surprised at what the jury did. The jury issued a not guilty plea because the justice system itself is guilty. The justice system in this country is guilty. From start to finish, it is guilty. Get this, every 36 hours in the United States, a black man, woman, or child is gunned down by either the police, by the security force, or by these self-appointed watchers. Every 36 hours. And how many of them are charged? Less than 9% of the killers are charged. How many of them are acquitted? Every day in the United States, we have another Trayvon Martin. That's right. Every day we have another Trayvon Martin. And I fear that tomorrow and the next day, we will have more Trayvon Martins until our entire justice system is reformed. The entire justice system, inclusive of the media that presents black men as scary figures, thereby any attack by a white man against a black man is deemed self-defense.
That's right.
Even
That's
if the
right.
white man is armed and the black man has nothing.
That's right.
Trayvon Martin, Sanford, Florida, 17 years old. Carlos Raleigh Jr., 19 years old, here, North Carolina. Kamani Gray, Brooklyn, New York City, 17 years old. I mean, do we see a pattern here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all around us.
Yeah.
It's nationwide.
Yeah.
It's still dangerous to be a black person in America today. And I'm here in front of you today, a 19-year-old black male. When I heard the news last night, I was like, yo, if that was me, I would want somebody to fight for me too. I mean, I know I'm 19 years old, but he was my peer, you know what I'm saying? He was only 2 years younger than me. I mean, when I'm 17, I don't think I would be shot walking back home from the store. I think I'm safe. I think I'm bigger than the world. I think no one will come up and shoot me. And that's the thing we have to understand. When we get this not guilty verdict from someone who obviously shot and killed somebody, that is not acceptable at all.
What do they do when they kill black youth?
We fight, we fight, we fight.
What do we do when they kill black youth?
We fight, we fight, we fight.
What do we do when they kill black youth?
We fight, we fight, we fight.
I'm gonna try. I really, honestly, told them I wouldn't speak today because I was sick to my stomach. I'm just absolutely sick to my stomach. You know, I've been an activist since 1968 in the racial justice movement. Normally when stuff goes down, my mind goes immediately to what to do, what to fight for. But there are some times when the weight of history comes down on us, and the whole trauma of history, the history of this country, the racist history of this country comes down on us, and this time I have to say I was whacked out. I'm still whacked out. It's kind of the way I felt after Katrina, to be honest. These huge holes that happen in our humanity in an attempt to be human. So all I'm going to do today, other people have spoken to what to do. I'm just going to ask you this. I want everybody to turn to somebody they don't know close to you and just give them a hug and say, I love you, we are human, and we will fight for our rights. Please, everybody.
We have to go back to white neighborhoods. We have to go back to our families. We have to go back to our friends. And we cannot shut them out. We especially have to go back to the people in our lives that don't get it. And instead of judging them and shutting them out and making them feel stupid, we have to open our hearts to them and show compassion and talk to them and explain to them why the way they are living their life and why their worldviews are hurtful and why we disagree with them. And we have to keep working with them so that people like George Zimmerman, and I know he's not white, he's biracial, but so that people like George Zimmerman, whatever race they are, aren't created. Because it's the silence in our own communities, in the white communities, that allows the George Zimmermans to be created in the first place.
I'm here because I feel like that's not right for the black community.
Yeah.
And he's guilty for that.
Yeah.
What he
Yes,
did.
he is, very much so.
If it was one of us right here in this circle, we wouldn't even be here right now.
Thank you. And if you don't know, now you know. Word up.
I'm here because I have a 10-year-old son, and all that I've been able to think about throughout the trial is one day he's going to be 17, and what's going to happen to him. And so I'm here because this is the beginning of me working and fighting to make sure that when my child is 17, that's not going to happen to him. I also want to suggest something very quickly that we may not have considered. Part of the reason why someone like Trayvon Martin can be profiled is because of the media. And I'm not just talking about the news. I'm talking about all media, mass media, what we see in television, in movies, in photographs, in what we hear in music, it portrays our black males and our black women as something that is very two-dimensional. There is no depth and there's no substance to the ways that we're being represented. They don't know if he's a scholar. They don't know if he's a PhD candidate. They have no idea who these kids are, who we are. So we have to also be very careful that we don't buy into the very same system that is oppressing us.
It is important that we not allow this vicious verdict to divide us. We must unite and show the system together that it's immoral, it's irrational, and when the courts affirm this, they are guilty of genocide. Anytime you can't go to the courts and ask the courts for justice, when a killer who was caught on tape saying that he's a coon, that he was stalking him, and that he killed him, then there's something wrong with this system, brothers and sisters. Eventually, we're going to have to exercise real power. Whether we can do that today or not, we have to be building a movement toward doing that tomorrow. When this kind of stuff happens, we should shut the economy down. Nobody should go to work. Nobody should go to work. We should not allow people to be shot down and slaughtered. Slaughtered, you know, like animals. Anytime black people or any people have to fear for their lives just walking through a community, then never again should anybody say to me, "Why are you so angry, black man?" You ever hear that? Why are you so angry? Why are you angry all the time? We're angry because this system is unjust.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Until the killing of black men, black mothers, sons, is as important as the killing a white man, white mother's son. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. That which touches me most is that I had a chance to work with people, passing on to others that which was passed on to me. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.